Payton?
Thanks, Colleen. You're talking about the Lakeshore Drive there with flooding. Yeah, winds are howling out of the north. We're still gusting 40 miles an hour at the New Orleans lakefront, 33 out at Kenner, 28 in Slidell. And this is just that Arctic air being shoved down into the area. Other story, other than just the cold, it's the ice, obviously. And we're waiting for more sun. Now, the clouds are trying to break down. I promise we're going to see more sun, but we still have quite a bit of cloud cover out there. And until we really start to see more and more of that sunshine getting on the roads, getting on the bridges and overpasses, it's going to take a little bit longer for things to thaw out and defrost. It will happen, though, I think, through the day. Temperature-wise, it is still so cold. I mean, we're hanging on to 26 at 10:30 this morning out at Kenner, 23 in Hammond. Macomb is still the cold spot at 20, and we're even down to freezing in Grand Isle. So we've got freezing temperatures all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. Now, when you factor in that 40-mile-per-hour wind gust, the lakefront feels like 12 degrees, 11 in Kenner, 7 in Macomb, 10 in Picayune, 11 Bay St. Louis, 17 in Grand Isle, 14 in Thibodaux, and even 9 single digits all the way down into St. Mary Parish there in Morgan City. In other words, bundle up if you have to be out. The clouds continue to try to break down, and temperatures will eventually start to climb slowly. Now, I'm looking at the data here, and something that's jumping out to me. It seems that models are underestimating this Arctic air mass, hence why we had more ice here south of the lake than what we initially expected. So it's possible that models are overdoing the warm-up today. In other words, we may not actually get much above freezing later today. And then as we get into tonight, temperatures quickly go back down into below freezing, and we're talking 20s and teens by tomorrow morning. So we got to get some sun in here. That will help thaw out the roads regardless of how really warm it gets today. But it is possible we do still have some patchy spots of ice later tonight. If it doesn't thaw out today, well, obviously it's not going to thaw out tonight. I just don't think it's going to be a repeat of tomorrow. We just don't have any extra rain falling or anything like that. But there you have it. Tomorrow morning, we're getting you ready for pipe freezes north and south of the lake. The only places that don't really have a pipe freeze in the forecast, the immediate Louisiana coast from Port Fourchon, Grand Isle, and Boothville, the low 30s there. And I even have a pipe freeze for Cocodrie, Chauvin, and Montague, anywhere around the Terrebonne Bay. So you need to be thinking about dripping those pipes later on. If you aren't already, you certainly need to do it later before you head to bed. I'll leave you with a look at this. Guys, we're going to warm up to 45, 46 tomorrow, 65 on Thursday, maybe a little rain, but then we got another blast of cold air. Good news with this one, it doesn't look like it's going to come with any moisture. Bad news, we do have more freezes in the forecast for both sides of the lake.
Payton, thank you. And we do want to keep you updated on the latest road conditions. All you have to do is text the word roads to the number here on your screen, 504-529-4444, and we will send a link to your phone with all the latest news about road closures.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Don't forget, we'll have the very latest on the road conditions and the forecast on the WWL Louisiana News at noon. We also have everything you need to know over on WWLTV.com.
This has been a severe weather alert from WWL Weather, sponsored by Egan Insurance Agency.